Okay. So, all right, Be'ezrat Hashem. So we continue. We continue now.
Okay.
The Ramban. Okay. And we are. Katav Rashi, page at the end of page 21.
Wait.
Page 21. Bereshit, Katav Rashi.
Yeah.
Right. So now he's finishing the Pirush of Rashi. Rashi says, "Be'at Aleph Arasho Kipshuto."
Bereshit, yeah. Okay.
Now we know that Rashi said you cannot be mefaresh the word Bereshit Kipshuto. Ela, you have to be Doresh, right? That's why he brought all the Midrashim. Now he says, but if you do want to be mefareshet al pi apshat, kar darshehu. That's how you have to say. Bereshit briat shamayim va'aretz. At the beginning of the creation of the sky, heaven and earth. The earth was with tohu vavohu and chosher. We'll understand what that means. Vayomer HaKadosh Baruch Hu yehi or, and God said there should be light. Imken. That's the pirush apashut, right? What does that mean? Hakol nimshach libriat haor. So there's a whole introduction to get to the creation of what? Of the light. That means that what was created on day one?
Who gave the light?
We're going to get there. Yeah, that's later. Right? So what do we see from here? According to the Pshat, that the entire introduction of Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, all this is just nothing happened. It's just an intro. Ve'haaretz hayta tohu va'hu ve'choshech pnei tehom. Okay? Vayomer Hashem yehi or vayhi or. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, after all this, decided to create the light. So there was a creation before, right? Because there's a tohu, there's vo, there's choshech, there's tehom, right? There's a whole it's like setup already. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu is interested in one thing. All this is not really relevant to the creation. What's really relevant to the creation is Yehior. That would be the Pshat HaPashut. If you don't dive into everything that Rashi said until now. Rabbi Avraham Perash, Ka'inyan hazeh be'atzmo. And that's the Pirush of Ibn Ezra. אבל תיקן כי הוו במילת והארץ אינה משמשת. The vav, right, on the word והארץ is not a vav that comes to add, but it means aval. That's how how does he read the pasuk? Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim va'aretz, right?
No,
את השמיים ואת הארץ. אבל הארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו. It's not והארץ, it's not an addition, but that's the right? והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו. אבל הארץ זה ורבות כן במקראות, and we found many times that the vav is not the vav החיבור, is not the vav that connect, it's not the vav that adds, it means but, right? Yes. והטעם, and the reason, כי בראשית בריאת הרקיע והיבשה לא היה בארץ יישוב. There was nothing, there was no יישוב. אבל הייתה תוהו ובוהו. That's the setup of the creation, right? There was no man, there was no settlement, there was nothing. So what was on the earth?
Mine.
Emptiness.
No,
But that's
mine.
yeah, but that's also nothing. That's also אבל הייתה, that's what the Torah tells you. נכון, that's what the Torah tells you. So it's but there's no creation there. It's an introduction.
It's there.
Exactly. ואמר אלוהים יהיה, and הקדוש ברוך הוא said, you know what, we're going to create light. ולפי דעתו לא נברא ביום הראשון רק האור. That's according to the Ibn Ezra. Only light, right? And obviously, Rashi didn't like that, right? Because what do you mean? What's with everything else, right? So for that reason, Rashi shied away from this pirush and went to give all his drasha in the beginning by saying what he said. Now, והקושיה לרש"י בפירוש הזה, right? And the kushia that Rashi has on this pirush, כי אמר שאם בא להורות סדר הבריאה באלו, if you're coming to give me the seder question, the question, you have to try, yeah. If right, if the Rashi had a question on that on that pirush on that explanation, because if you're coming to tell me the seder of creation, לומר שהם קדמו, היה לו לכתוב בראשונה. שאין, because again, you're going back to the same problem of the word that the samuch, the word samuch, right? If it's true what you're telling me, the Ibn Ezra, that you're bringing an introduction and you're setting the stage, right? You said barishona at the beginning, bara Hashem et hashamayim et haaretz v'haaretz et hatohu v'avohu, right? That was the creation. That was a setup. And then Kadosh Baruch Hu says Yehi Or, and he created the light, right? But the bara Elokim et hashamayim v'haaretz, that's not what's interesting. What we're focusing on is what is about the Yehi Or. But that's only true if you use a word that's not a word that needs a smicha, like the word Bereshit. At the beginning of, you can say at the beginning, right? Of creation of the Shamayim Va'aretz, this is what happened, right? But when you use the word Bereshit, it has to be the Bereshit of something. Reshit Davar, right? And here we don't have what the beginning of is in the Torah, right? The Torah doesn't say the beginning of what. It doesn't Bereshit.
The issue here is
In the beginning of creation.
It doesn't say that. It should have said in the beginning of creation, Bereshit Abriah.
But bara has to be reinterpreted.
No.
But that's not what it says.
The problem is very simple. We complicate
It's in the
for 2
notes.
weeks about this. Very simple. You can't say Bereshit bara. It's not. It doesn't make it. It's in Hebrew. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, correct.
Because Bereshit is right. That's
The beginning
whole,
of something, yes,
That's
yes.
the whole issue. That's all
We
I
learned that already.
Yes.
but
No, so he's going back, no.
Where's the Maasei?
No. So he's going back, he's explaining what was the Rashi's problem, right? He says that if you want to say it, why did Rashi go to the Drash? Because he had a problem. We know that was his problem. The Ibn Ezra says this is how you can turn it. You can say it that the beginning of the creation was just the light. He says, yeah, but at the end it doesn't fit with the word Bereshit.
Right.
Ve'ine magid mereshit acharit, right? There is always a connection to the word Reshit, mereshit acharit. Ve'im yismoch oto ledavar, gam ze ken tismoch oto, right? If everything has a smicha to something else, so you always have to be somech the word Bereshit to something. And in this case, the word Bereshit is alone. Right? Look at the ta'am. Bereshit bara Elokim. Vayar Reshit lo. Right? Again, the Reshit has a smicha. Ve'ta'am bazeh od ta'anot. And there's a lot, there's many reasons why Rashi is not comfortable with this pirush, although he did address it. Okay. Ve'ata, and now comes the Ramban.
Rashi's pirush is the simple version. Right? Rashi tells you there's the Bereshit. He says there's a Bet Reshit. No.
Yes, that's not simple. That's Al Pi Midrash. That's the whole introduction of Rashi. Right? Rashi had a whole twist to it.
He's trying to explain why Rashi has a problem with it.
Correct. Correct. And he basically says that he addresses Rabbi Avraham ibn Ezra. He says Rashi Al Pi Pshuto could have said this pshat, but we understand if it's so pashut and it's a pshat that you can say, then say it. Why do you introduce your first explanation in a complicated way? If there's a pshat pashut, simple explanation like you brought it, bring it. Don't bring it at the end of your explanation. Obviously, Rashi had a problem. The Gaon said the Ramban explains to us that he had that was his problem. So obviously, in the word Bereshit is a key word here that the Ramban also is holding on to, right? And is not so easy to to translate or to bend out of shape. Yeah?
Ask the question.
No, it's dynamic. It's dynamic.
We've been talking about this one word for how many weeks now?
Oh, we can't get past the first word. We're not
Wait,
gonna.
but no, that's after 2 weeks that we spent reading.
More than 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah.
We're here on Bereshit 5 weeks now.
Now, עכשיו ואתה. Now it's becoming.
We haven't got to the complicated stuff.
Right. Now hold on. ואתה שמע פירוש המקרא, right? Now listen to the פירוש. Right. על פשטו, I'm going to give you the פש, oh, here's the פשטו, here פשוטו, the פשט, it's פשט. נכון וברור. That's the right and clear way to explain these pesukim in Maasei Bereshit.
This is where we started years ago.
Correct.
This place right here.
Correct. הקדוש ברוך הוא ברא כל הנבראים מאפיסה מוחלטת. All the creation, everything is created from אפיסה מוחלטת, from something, from emptiness, from nothing. ואין אצלנו בלשון הקודש בהוצאת היש מן הים. So there's nothing, there's no word, okay, that characterize the creation of something from nothing, from emptiness, אלא לשון ברא, except for the word ברא. No, but Yatzar also is created. You have creation from nothing, and you have creation from something.
So bara is from something.
From nothing. So there was nothing, and from nothing, everything was created. ואין כל הנעשה תחת השמש או למעלה. There's no creation above, under the sun or above it. הווה מן העין ההתחלה ראשונה, that comes from nothing in the beginning. Meaning, everything that we know is created from something. Except for what he created from nothing, right? So everything you know in creation is created from something. He hasn't addressed what is that something yet, right? So you have two types of creation. God created something from nothing, and everything else after that was created from that something.
The word bara for that something.
Correct, exactly. You wouldn't use the word bara. Yatzar. Yatzar. Baruch haba. Yeah. Take a, we just started.
A book in a row. A book in a row.
Aval hotzi, now he explains. Mina efes hagamur, he took out from complete emptiness, hamuchlat, right? Yesod dak meod, a very fine found yesod material.
What's the
Essence.
Essence.
It's not essence, you know.
That's how it's.
No, but the word yesod in Hebrew it says tevat yesodot. What's the chemistry chart? What
Yeah, the atom, elements, an element. Right. Correct. Element.
The exact
Okay.
translation is an element.
Correct. That's the right pirush. Chazak u'baruch. Okay. En bo mamash. There's nothing to it. Avalu koach mabsi, but it's a power that brings to creation, right? That brings to reality. Muchan, it's ready. Lekabel surah, to receive a structure. Now listen to this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created an element that there has no material to it. You cannot grasp it, you cannot touch it, you cannot see it, you cannot smell it. That has in it already the potential, all right? And all it's needed is a structure, okay? And this is exactly the definition of an atom. What's an atom? It's a nucleus, right? That has one electron or two electron, right? But at the end, what is it? It's nothing. You cannot. There's en bo mamash. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it. And all you have to do now is play with it and add more of it and create structures. That's the whole atomic chart, right? It's you play with different electrons and different layers of electrons, and that's how you could create hydrogen and oxygen, etc., etc. So says the Ramban, והוא החומר הראשון. This is the first creation, the atom. נקרא ליוונים היולי. The Greeks refer to it as the word היולי. היולי. It's a Greek, yes. It's a Greek word. It was used also by the Mitzrim. Hiyuli. That's how we call it. Yes, we call it hiyuli. Hiyuli. That's if you want, it's the atom. That's how they refer to it. The ahara hiyuli, and after that first atomic structure was created, lo bara davar, he didn't create anything else. Aval yatzar ve'asa. So now everything else will be created from something, from that structure. So he put a structure in place, and after that, all he did is add on to it, and made water and made ash, etc. Ki mimenu himtzi hakol. From it, everything else will be created.
Is that like Chokhmah being the top item or no?
What do you mean? I mean, as from the Chokhmah and the Malchut, you mean?
Yeah. The Chokhmah is at the top, or Keter really is at the top.
Right. You could look at this as
analogous or not?
No, you can from in perspective of the word bara versus yatzar.
Right,
yes,
that's what I mean.
Yes. והלביש הצורות.
We say יוצר אור ובורא חושך.
Yes.
So that חושך is representing this.
It's a good question. There's a few places where the Torah will use the word bria, vayivra et ha'adam. Right? I didn't want to talk about it now, but right, but you're right. Vayivra et ha'taninim. Do you see the word bria in the taninim?
What's Taninim?
Taninim is the like the Leviathan.
Actually, Tanin in Hebrew today is not Leviathan. But
The Torah, yes. In the Torah, it's the Leviathan.
What's Leviathan?
Today, it's the alligator.
The Leviathan?
Yes. So there are three briot. Okay, that we find in the Torah. You have this bria that we're talking about, the bria of the Leviathan, of the Taninim, and the bria Adam. Adam, right? Also Lashon bria. So the Ran explains that for Adam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created something is called the nefesh Adam. It's not part of the hiyuli, and it was never there. The neshama of man, right, was not part of the creation. So he had to create something. So that's the bria on Adam. It's not vayivra et Adam. It doesn't go to the body or to the right? But it goes to the neshama and the nefesh. And when it talks about the taninim, right? So it was such a humongous creation compared to the rest of the creation that he used the word bara to explain that it was odd. It was not just a regular creation. Although the word bara really means, right, from nothing. In this case, it would mean from something, but it was so humongous and out of context, right, that Hashem used the Torah used the word bara to tell us that this was not just a regular creation.
But here he says it's very clear. Lo bara davar.
But at the end, you have psukim that you have to explain. I'm telling you the explanation he gives, but you haven't seen the Ramban later. So I'm giving you the answer of the Ramban later. The Ramban knew.
No, I want,
No, it's a good question. No, yeah, you're right. It's not contradicting. He knows what's written
To
later.
reconcile it later.
But I'm explaining you now. That's why I didn't want to touch it. But yeah, he will explain what that means later, saying that it was such an odd creation that the Torah wanted to tell. It's not just a bigger fish. To use the word bara to exaggerate. But vadai that it was a yetzirah, it was a yesh from some creation from something else that is already created.
no,
But that's the whole Gemara. They switch thing when they have to. and
no, but
that's,
then.
you know.
The problem with this is such
Yeah,
an,
you can say listen to the Ramban after
I
and then ask
understand.
questions.
but it's such an important item. This chidush with the Hebrew. But I answer the question is when he was saying this, Amman, they already discovered Adam. When he wrote this, because
I don't know how old
it says here. It has to be here because it says here.
I don't know how old the maybe probably.
Nikra le'evolution.
Yes. No, yes, but I don't know if it's what we know today. But the vadai that they understood the.
He did not discover the Amman didn't have a chidush that he discovered the Adam.
No, he's talking about it. He's saying that's what that was the creation. That was the creation. I don't know if it was a. It's
We should look into
Ancient Greek philosophers.
what discovered
The concept of Adam can be traced back to ancient Greek
that's
philosophers,
it.
specifically Democritus,
what year?
who proposed the idea of
no, but the Greeks are way before the
6th century
Ramban.
BC.
How?
No, way
5th BC.
way before the Ramban.
But John
2000 years ago.
in the early 1800s when they developed. Yeah.
Yes. That's the time of the Churban of the.
Yeah.
Yes,
So sorry. So what is the chidush?
that's the Hidush. That's what Hakadosh Baruch Hu created. That's the only creation he made from
Hiuli.
nothing. The Hiuli. After that, everything.
The problem with this is there's an issue. You know, okay, just hear me out for a second.
I'm
Think
listening.
about this.
Yeah.
Think about this. Before this, Rashi and everybody, before they discovered Adam, there was a different idea of what creation was. A Greek before, right? Nobody said before the Greek came that he created the Adam. It was Shamayim Ba'aret. We thought different. All of a sudden, the Greek find Adam, and all of a sudden, later, somebody says, no, what Hashem really created is the Adam, because that's what we found, that it's the smallest particle in it. It's not the other way around.
No, they started calling it the Adam. They knew that it was created.
But what's the problem? I don't
What's the
understand.
point?
What's the problem?
What I'm saying is that it feels like the interpretation of Ramban is a factor of
An aspect,
discovery of time, right? And if the Torah is not really,
But we're going back to physicality, right? Right now he's talking about what was created.
I understand.
What do you want him
Okay,
to say?
but okay, who was the
You could argue that the Greeks, that he was influenced by the Greeks,
right? That's
as
what I'm saying.
opposed to Ruach HaKodesh.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Who was the first? Who is the first one that interpreted the Torah? The Rashi, right? Rashi was
Moshe Rabbeinu,
okay. Moshe Rabbeinu, but okay, Rashi. What year was Rashi?
1300 years ago. That's way after the Greeks. That's the time of the Gemara he's talking to you about.
What I'm trying to understand is, I understand what he's saying, but the question is that not a reaction to the scientific discoveries as opposed to?
You're saying it's reactionary, not.
And even if it is, what's the issue? I don't understand. What's the problem? Even if it is, ma baya. Yeah, he's not talking about something that's not created. You have to go back to a creation, right?
Because he's
I think
assuming
But
that.
he's telling you there's nothing past that.
I think that we have
That's the hidush.
we have an idea of creation as being something that's very secretive, mystical, and not understandable. And he took it basically to something that, okay, now we know that there's atoms, he created atoms.
Nachon, correct.
And
Correct.
the question is, if today somebody discovered the smaller.
Okay, they discover something smaller. Okay.
So you're
Okay.
disappointed
You're-
with
you're-
the explanation.
I know that. You're 2000, huh? What's correct? What is it?
subatomic particle. I don't know, it's a smaller thing.
So that's the Hiyuli.
But yes, no, I'm just trying to understand if this is the chidush that he discovered that, or it's something that was then became kind of the known thing, and then he adopted.
No,
that.
the Hiyuli was known. The
Known by
Hiyuli
the
was
Greeks.
known.
More elementary than that. It's more than 6 different types.
Okay,
So לתת, okay.
Does that help you?
no,
So what did the Greeks say was
They-
Hiluli?
Hiyuli was just the simplest element of creation,
Of creation or the simplest element?
the simplest element.
saying that basically that's the only thing that Hashem created was the atom, and
The Hidush of the Ramban is
and
that.
beyond, everything was created from that.
נכון.
Okay. Much easier to understand this now than years before. When we did this, I
נכון. בוא,
don't know why.
Because you got older and smarter.
No, this explanation is just, I don't know.
והוא החומר, let's continue. והוא החומר הראשון, טוב, נקרא לזה, ואחר ההיולי לא ברא דבר, right? Nothing else was created from nothing, from emptiness, כי ממנו המציא הכל. Keep in mind, right, that 1,000 years ago, you didn't have knowledge of that everything is created only by atoms or by molecular structures. This you didn't have. Where did it go? Where did it go? Right? And the Ramban tells you that everything else everything else you will find in creation has an atomic structure. That's 1,000 years ago, when you didn't have any of this.
Science.
And you cannot find anything else prior to that.
Yeah, you just said it.
No, but again, that's still a structure. That's still about. No, this we know that the terminology, we're talking about the creation, the actual creation. They'll be okay.
We're on the top of 24.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we skipped.
No, you didn't.
No, ואחר ההיולי לא ברא דבר, אבל יצר ועשה. Good? כי ממנו המציא הכל, from it, everything else was created.
Oh, the bottom of 23.
Again,
Okay.
yeah? So all the creation that you will find comes from this. והלביש הצורות, and then he add on structures to it, ותיקן אותם, and he organized it. All this you didn't have 1,000 years ago, and you didn't have 2,000 years ago. Molecular structures.
I'm gonna check that.
Check. ודע, כי השמיים וכל אשר בם חומר אחד. Now, another חידוש. שמיים וכל אשר בם חומר אחד. So that's one hiyuli, right? One creation is from nothing is shamayim.
So this seems to be a contradiction of Hiuli.
No.
I thought Hiuli was created and everything else.
No,
from
he's
it.
telling you. So he's telling you to create one shamayim. No, one shamayim and one for aretz.
Oh, okay.
Right? ודע כי השמיים וכל אשר בה חומר אחד, והארץ וכל אשר בה חומר אחר. והקדוש ברוך הוא ברא אלו שניהם מאין. Both of them were created from nothing. ושניהם לבדם נבראים, and these are the only creation from nothing. והנעשים מהם, everything else is created after that from them. So all the creation of the Aretz is created from that element on, and all Shamaim is created from another element on. That's Bereshit bara Elokim et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Two different creations.
Elements.
From two different elements. והחומר הזה, now he's explaining, והחומר הזה שקראו היולי, and that element that he calls היולי, נקרא בלשון הקודש תוהו. That's what the Torah calls tohu. והמילה נגזרת, and the word, it comes from the word בתוהה על הראשונות. תוהה על הראשונות is like amazed, like puzzled. Okay? You keep on asking yourself questions. תוהה ונמלח לקוראו בשם אחר. You cannot grasp it, you cannot understand it fully, so you have no choice but to give it a toah, a title, a name. Why? כי לא לבש צורה. It doesn't have a structure. So yes, you're right that today, like for example, what you call in the molecular structures, right? You're talking at the origin of all this, right? Because you could argue and say that it's true that every element is a structure, right? So it's what gives the ability to the element to have a structure.
That's why element's not the proper word. It's essence.
Essence.
Please.
כי לא לבש צורה שיתפס בה השם כלל, right? There's no structure that can be worthy of a name, of something. So what do you have? You have the essence, okay? And you have the structure to the essence. And the structure to the essence is what gives the name. The essence is the tohu, right? והצורה הנלבשת לחומר הזה נקראת בלשון הקודש בוהו. Right? So the tohu is the essence, and the bohu is a structure of the essence. והמילה מורכבת, and where does the word bohu comes? It's a combination of two words. כלומר, bohu, it's in it. כמילת לא תוכל עשוהו, like the word עשוהו. What does the word עשו? Who? He did. So the Gaon Mivilna says something. He says that, and we'll see it later, that the tohu, and he bases it on his pirush at the beginning of Sifra Detzniuta, which is a part of the Zohar Kadosh that has in it all the secrets of creation in a very, very short version. Sifra Detzniuta, it's called. Sifra Detzniuta. Very short sefer that in a portion of the Zohar. The Ari says it's like Torah Shebichtav, and the rest of the Zohar is Torah Shebe'al Peh. That portion, and there is Tikuna Bohu. They address the Bohu, which is the Chokhmah. You're going back to what you were saying. So yeah, to the Chokhmah, and how the Chokhmah started consolidating itself. Okay, and he says that's the Tohu. The Bohu, he says, is Bohu. Who's who? HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In every element you find HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And what do you find in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in element? Amirato, the Asara Ma'amarim. Vayomer.
What does that mean?
The Gaon explains that in every structure, molecular structure, element, essence, you will find Vayomer Hashem. You find the word of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
But isn't that the concentration?
What?
Isn't that the explanation how the
Yes, that's the sound wave that is inside the nucleus of an atom that allows creates the gravity of the electron. The electron rotates right around the nucleus that has inside protons and neutrons, right? And that's that's that creates the bond between the electron and the nucleus, and that allows it to gravitate, right? That is a sound wave, right? That's the pshat of the Gaon, that in every element you have this, you have the vayomer. You have a sound wave that holds the electrons and to circulate and gravitate around the nucleus, which means that if you take away that sound wave, they stop gravitating.
Dies.
More than it dies, everything disappears, right? Because the only reason the material is material is because there's a congestion, right? A compressing of all these molecules that rotate, right? So you take a ball and a rope, you attach it, and you start, circulating and going in circle. If you go fast enough, there's no way you can put your hand through, because every time you're going to try to put your hand, the ball is going to, push you back, right? So that's the, if you want, in an easy way, the way the material works. It's a compression of these things. And why do they circulate? Because of that sound wave that keeps that energy go and that gravity. That's the vayomer. Huh?
Hashem is the sound wave.
The vayomer is Hashem's vayomer. That's what Hakadosh Baruch Hu's will. That's vayomer. That's why we say mechadesh b'chol yom tamid Maasei Bereshit. Hakadosh Baruch Hu creates Maasei Bereshit at all time, right? His will is the vayomer. When it's not vayomer, he said it and v'nigmar hasipur, right? It's a continuous vayomer.
Depends what you say. Rambam, who says the Rambam is vayomer and then he left the earth?
No, that's not what. No, that's not that. The mitzvah hashgacha is different. Not in terms of creation.
There's no.
In terms
Everybody agrees.
everybody agrees that Vadai. Nobody says that he left it behind. But in terms of how much he's focused and how much he's mashgiach, that is different. The Rambam is different. Yes.
So all the Mefarshim said that is a constant creation. That every
Yes.
system is a
Yes.
creation.
For sure.
No.
Yes. No. Yes.
Everyone reads that.
Yes. So this is, so now the tohu is the most basic creation essence, right? It's true that an element by default is a structure, and the bohu is the structure to that essence.
What do you structure the essence?
The
So is the
tohu is the essence, and the bohu is the structure to the essence. That's what he's saying. That's the tzura. That's what we were talking until now.
No, I got it. Now you
The Hiyuli
no, the Yuli no.
is the Tohu.
The tohu is a hiuli.
He's questioning the bull.
The bohu is the structure.
Structure.
It's what you structure around it, right? What you make out of it.
With
With the bowl.
creation.
What it became,
Yes, with the
whatever that item became,
right with the
with the vayomer.
with the
Yes, very much. It's afterwards. Yeah.
well, there's the Hiuli plus Vayomer becomes both.
Bereshit is one also is one of the 10 ma'amarim.
So I'm saying the Hiuli.
Yes.
The Hiuli, definitely. You add the Hiuli, the Vayomer,
The Bereshit, yeah.
And then it creates the bowl.
Correct.
Yes, right.
Correct. Not creates structure with a structure to
The
it.
bowl is the.
So what is the combination of creation? It's essence with structure around it. That's how you create. That's why yeah. וזהו שאמר הכתוב, ונטע עליה קו תוהו ואבני בוהו. Right? So you see, the kav refers to the tohu, and the even refers to the bohu. So he explains, כי הקו הוא אשר יתחם בו האומן מחשבת בניינו. Right? The kav is the idea, right? Is how you draw, right? You draw the idea, מלשון כבה, כבה. But the even, which is the chomer, which is the tzura, goes to the bohu. So the potential is in the tohu, and the structure, the even, is in the bohu. Right? So he gives a pasuk in Yeshaya to tell you that you see that the tohu refers to the potential, to the potential, and the bohu, the structure that makes this potential something. ומה שיקווה לעשות, right, when he wants to do, plans to do, נגזר מן קווה אל השם, from the word קווה אל השם. והאבנים הם צורות בבניין. Right? The stones are the structures, are to the בניין, to the building. וכן כתוב, מאפס ותוהו נחשבו לו. From אפס and tohu, right? נחשבו לו, right? What does that mean? כי התוהו אחר האפס ואיננו דבר. So here he introduces something else. He says that there is me'efes, from efes, from nothing, from emptiness, vatohu, and from the hiyuli, nehshevulo, they were thought to him, meaning that was the thought process. So he says, what do we see from him? From ki atohu ahara efes. The tohu came after the efes. So there was emptiness. That's the keter.
But he said it already. He said there was nothing and there was.
No,
It's
but
something from nothing.
yes, but is that nothing was created or not created?
If that nothing was, well, everything was created.
So nothing also was created. So that's the Ephes. But until now, we only address the tohu and the bo. Ephes is emptiness. Is nothing. Is nothing.
It's created.
But nothing was created also. You have to create nothing.
That's
That's a tough one.
But if there was only a Kadosh Baruch Hu,
And nobody else.
right?
The
So
question is, what was nothing?
The world.
that's the
The
keter
world was
in
nothing.
the thing. But
The world was nothing.
no.
What was
So no, it's a very good question. So
It's-
Ask that last week,
it's a
you almost killed me.
it's a
Ask
cert-
what was there before?
It's a circular
Oh.
question.
Right,
No,
right.
that's not what you have to say.
No, that's
Whatever-
different.
You asked something different. No, there was a Kadosh Baruch Hu, right? Whatever that means, because our mind cannot grasp. We spoke about it. The Ramban addressed it.
Okay.
Then Hakadosh Baruch Hu created what is called Ephes. In here, okay,
Zero.
which is
Nothing.
right, which is in creative nothing, which is
What
in.
is nothing? How do you create nothing?
Let the
Right,
rabbi.
but he can create nothing because the concept of creation he created. There was no concept of creation before he created the concept of creation.
No, but that's all very circular. So what was there? What was-
Only Hashem. That's you cannot grasp Hakadosh Baruch Hu. That's the introduction of the Ramban, right? There's the 50th gate of Yediat Hashem you cannot get to. So what does it mean? Hakadosh Baruch Hu is not a creation. He's a creator. So if you're a creation and he's the creator, there's no way you can grasp and understand that you're a creator. You can learn about your creator, but you cannot understand your creator.
Question, how is the creator created? That's a
But he
question.
doesn't have to be created. He doesn't have to be created because the concept of creation is what he created. He chose to invent what is called creation. Right? He willed a concept of creation, and through that will of creation, he started creating.
We're limited in how we can think. So trying to use logic
No, of
is
course.
not possible.
Is that Ephes over bullshit then? I'm sorry, I keep coming back to this.
Is what?
You say he created darkness, is that?
No,
Ephes?
that's not.
No,
That's
it's
not. That's not. That's not. That's not.
How do you define the FS?
Okay. So very
Because
good.
it's a creation.
Correct. So I showed you. I mean, I didn't show you, but I showed you, and I think it's on the phone, a diagram where you have Ein Sof, and then you have you know, that line that comes down, and all the sfirot around, the circular sfirot of creation. I show you. So to give you a mashal, yes. Let's say Akadosh Baruch Hu is light, infinite light. Okay.
It's part of that diagram.
Yes, that's that's the end. That's the FS.
On the top.
That's the FS.
The
The-
middle,
the-
empty middle.
Emptiness in the center.
No, this nekuda, the beginning.
That's where it starts.
That's the FS.
It starts with FS.
That's the FS. And from there, everything will come to reality, to creation. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
called the
starting
Ein Sof. The Ein Sof is the FS. You have, it's because the Ein Sof in itself is a revelation of Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
And so is infinite. He says
What
infinite is
what
zero.
is all this wording around here?
That's what he just said.
All the,
Different, what each rakia means, and what each level means.
No.
So-
We have whiskey, that's why we have drinks, so you guys are very.
So-
Have us some whiskey, so. he
So
Wakes up.
so so the FS, if you will, is afsi. It's empty. It's empty. It's empty because it's hard for us to really relate it. So in the Sifra Detzneutah, the Gaon explains that
rather water.
the Ramban, the Gaon explains that in the way that the Sirot were structured, there is always like we addressed. There's always the Muhin. There always what's called the head, Chokhmah Bina and Da'at, right? And then there is the Chasadim, which is the Chesed, the Gevurah, the Tiferet, right? The lower one. The lower one. The Ein Sof represents the Muhin of the actual what is called Adam Kadmon. The Ak, Adam Kadmon. You see here, Muhin is Moach.
Brain.
Yes, that's Adam Kadmon. That's Adam, right? That's the Kav, right?
What does kav mean?
Kav is the line, a line.
Sorry, Adam Kadmon?
Adam Kadmon is the blueprint of the spiritual blueprint of men, right?
Right here.
And
the middle.
so it has it's like again, it's if you want, it's like, you know, those Russian puppets. There's a big one you open, there's a small one, right? So imagine that the sfirot are like this. You have a big one, you open it, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. The first one is called Adam Kadmon. Adam Kadmon, the old man, meaning the blueprint of man, which is the first will of Hakadosh Baruch Hu to want to create.
Before anything.
Sorry, great what? Adam?
Creation,
The
everything.
will of Hashem.
Yes. There is Y, which is his chokhmah, which is his brain, right? The mohin,
Sorry, whose brain?
the blueprint of Adam Kadmon,
Okay.
right? Adam Kadmon. I'm trying to give you something so that you understand. A blueprint is not a line, right? It's a project. It's a concept. It's an idea. Okay, that idea is also created. It's put on paper, right? Hakadosh Baruch Hu put a blueprint together. It's called Adam Kadmon. Okay, now you only see what he put together, but you don't know why he put it together, right? So the knowing is the head, and the print is his action, right? The blueprint is the action, and why he did it is his head. right? But in the blueprint, you only see his action. You don't see what's in the brain, the why.
Is that like tohu vavohu or no? Is the tohu the head or I'm going off?
Yeah, yes, but I don't want to get there.
Okay, sorry.
So no, because I want to explain the FS here.
Oh.
FS is what you don't have access to, but it's part of the creation. It's the brain of the Adam Kadmon. It's what you don't see and you cannot grasp. You understand? The Tohu is. I'm really trying to make
I
it
think
simple.
this is probably for Chachamim.
No. You can understand. Be'emet, you can understand. It's not so complicated. Okay, I'm gonna repeat another.
Simplify it.
I'm gonna simplify it again. You have an architect. Okay, he's commissioned to design a beautiful building. All right. He makes a design. He makes a beautiful building on paper. When you see when you look at the paper, what do you see? You only see the building. You don't see why and who commissioned and nothing. You don't know anything about the building except for what you see. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. When Akadosh Baruch Hu created the world, he had a will. Okay? He had an idea. Let's put it in place. Okay? Nachon? And he started putting this idea into reality, into creation, right? The idea is the FS. You can never get to it. The Tohu, right, is the image, right? The Bohu is the actual building, is putting it together.
Okay, that's good. You get that?
Right? So why is it called FS?
Yeah, I thought the tohu was.
No, compared to the Bohu, you're right. That's why I didn't want to get
Okay.
there. Because that's what
So
that's how it gets.
FS tohu vavohu.
That's right. That's right. So why don't we talk about the FS? Because you have no access to it.
What do you
It's
mean?
never brought up.
No, you can never get to the reasoning of Hakadosh Baruch Hu why he created them. Understand? All you have is that blueprint. All you have is what's in front of you.
Yeah.
So
You can't talk to the architect, you can't talk.
No, you don't know what's in his brain.
you don't know what's in his brain.
And you can talk to him and ask him what's in your brain.
Correct.
The space where the thought process starts.
Yes.
Theoretically.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well,
The
that's
empty
the
place.
thought.
The empty place.
It's the thought itself, no?
Yes.
The
Because the thought is
but-
taking place in the FS.
yes. That's yes.
Brewing that.
Because that's the Mochin. So the Gaon explained in Sefer HaYetzirah, for that's what we don't have access to. But we relate to it and we know there is something because there is the Tohu. Because there is a creation, there is a blueprint in front of you. You see that there is a sketch. So if there's a sketch, there's a thought behind that sketch, for sure. That's it. But so Chachamim refer to it as the FS because it's something that en lanu tfisa. Tofes is to hold. Efes is something you cannot hold.
Oh, really?
So you understand?
Invisible and
That's where the word
intangible.
comes from.
Can access it.
It's invisible and it's intangible. You can't touch it, you can't see it.
Nothing. You can't even grasp it. You can't even grasp it, right? So the hiyuli, the tohu, your tofes. The mahshava, the mohin behind it is efes.
What is mochin again? I'm sorry.
Moach. Mohin is moach in plural. Moach, mohin. It's the chokhmah, the binah, and the because there are
I
three.
understand. Don't hurt me.
No.
What do you want to do?
In a bottle.
ועוד אמרו no, okay, should we summarize? Or I lost you guys.
Yeah, sure.
You can summarize, but continue.
Let me continue. Do you understand? Until now, we understood the. So
Oh, simple.
Yeah, summarize.
So,
please.
okay.
Please.
So the
It's all relating back to Bereshit.
to Bereshit. It's all in Bereshit. We're all in Bereshit itself. We're still in Bereshit. All right? Yeah. So
Eka, is
Ayeka.
Ayeka, 3 outcomes.
Ayek?
No.
Ah.
With the-
Ah.
So Bereshit, now you have 12.
No, but we're hour 10. We're hour 10.
2,000 hours.
Yeah. No, so again, the Ramban is looking, has to explain what was created in Bereshit. Right? He has a problem, right? So he has to explain Bereshit bara Elokim. So he comes and he says that the Amir Bereshit, we know, is one of the 10 Ma'amarim. One of the 10, there's Ba'asara Ma'amarim bara HaKadosh Baruch Hu et ha'olam. Chamim, they say that with 10 times Vayomer, God created the world. Now, if you count how many times Vayomer there is in the Torah, in the Maasei Bereshit, you're going to find 9. So they say the 10th is Bereshit. The word Bereshit, there was in it a hidden Vayomer. Explains the Raman, what's the hidden Vayomer? It's the Vayomer in the essence of all of the creation. It's what he created from nothing. That holds the entire creation. That you can find in every physical.
Yeah, but Bereshit, does he say that Bereshit is? Go back. At the beginning, he said Bereshit is what was created. The word Bereshit, right? Is that?
But what does it mean, Bereshit?
Okay, but so this whole conversation is explaining what the word Bereshit means, right? He says that Bereshit is the Efes Tohu Vavohu. That was the.
That's not.
No,
that,
not that.
no.
It's the Tohu Vavohu.
No. No, again, that he's going to explain after that the Tohu Vavohu. He's giving you the what again.
I'm saying the Ramban said that Hashem created Bereshit bara Elokim. So he bara Bereshit.
Put that aside for a second. Now he's putting things back into context. He hasn't addressed the pasuk fully yet.
Now he's interpreting Rashi before.
Until now, we were talking about Rashi. Now he says ve'ata shma perush hamikra.
This is
Right.
my explanation.
Okay.
Forget about what. Okay.
He doesn't address right now the actual words. He's giving you context, right?
He's giving you the
His introduction.
and all that gas.
Little summary.
Man. Okay. So,
Okay. Go ahead.
so he says that according to the Ramban, the creation was based on 3 steps: the Efes, the Tohu, and the Bohu.
Yeah.
Right? When we're not in the Pasuk Bet, we're still in his introduction. Right now, until now, it was the introduction based on Rashi. Now it's his introduction. Okay. The Tohu is the first element, the first essence. Okay. The Bohu is finding him in it, right? He's seeing HaKadosh Baruch Hu in it. The Bohu, so who you can identify it, right? And you find, and who Bo, he's in it.
Yeah.
How
Oh.
are you differentiating between the Tohu and the Efes?
So that's what we said. The Efes is the Mohin, is the reason behind the sketch. The Tohu is the sketch. And the Bohu is a realization of the sketch.
Oh, you good?
You're still in Arvit. You see Arvit. Okay, that's his introduction.
Okay.
And he brings down a midrash to support what he's saying. ועוד אמרו במדרש של רבי נחוניה בן הקנה, it says in the midrash of Rabbi Nechuniah ben Hakana, Amar Rabbi Berechia, Rabbi Berechia says, "My dichtiv ve'haaretz hayta tohu va'vohu," and the earth was tohu and vohu. My mashma hayta. Why does it say hayta in the past?
Right.
Shekvar hayta tohu. It was already tohu. There was already the tohu. The tohu was already created. When was it created? Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz.
Yeah.
Now he's answering your question. It says nowhere Hashem bara tohu vavohu. Read the pasuk.
Of course it does.
So what? So that's in Bereshit.
Bereshit bara. That's what I asked.
But now he's addressing.
Bereshit is it's not the pre-creation, but
It is. But it's all already when Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz.
Recreation.
It's not pre-creation.
It's not pre-creation.
It's the bria, the level of bria, not of yetzira, of asiya. Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Ma'u bara? Efes tohu bo'u. Ve'haaretz hayta tohu bo'u. Where was that all created? According to the Ibn Ezra, nobody talks about it. It's not really what we're interested in, right? The Torah focuses on the or. According to the Ramban, no. Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim. What did he create? The tohu, the efes, the tohu, and the bo'u.
Created the nothingness.
That's right.
And everything emanated from that.
Correct.
I understand, but it says here, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. How do you reconcile et hashamayim?
Because there was two Yihiyuli. He said it.
Yeah, I said it before.
He said there was one chomer, one hiyuli for the shamayim, and one hiyuli for the aretz. He said it. What happened to shamayim? It's irrelevant because that's not relevant to us. That's why we don't talk about shamayim anymore.
And what happens to the shamayim?
It's not. That's not for us to know.
No, the shamayim.
It's got to be some.
There will be.
The shamayim is not will be. It's not our shamayim. It's not shamayim is.
Not the sky.
It's not the sky. Right? But let's be clear. Shamayim.
It's the heavens. Heavens.
Yeah,
There's all the layers, all the seven rekeim, the malachim v'kol seva'am.
So we teach. We
way
learn in
beyond
school
space.
shamayim.
The blue sky.
Land and the blue sky. That's what we learn in school. Right.
Right.
But so Haaretz, just to clear, Haaretz is everything that we know, right? The
Yes.
stars, the Neptune, the.
Although when he's going to go back to Shamayim afterwards. He refers to that. He's going to refer to the Shamayim you're talking about. Right now, the Shamayim includes all the spiritual creations.
And the Haaretz is.
Is everything that's physical, everything that's physical,
Everything.
everything physical.
Shamayim, no.
Nachon,
Okay.
nachon. That's the Shamayim he's referring now to.
Right.
Okay?
So what do you say? Sorry, what do you see now? I don't.
Because after that we're going to go back to
It's the
Shamayim.
Torah.
That's the what? That's nachon. That's what we're referring to now.
Shamayim is the heaven. Okay. Okay.
Do we what?
Short with him.
Short. No, I'm very patient. So that's Shamayim va'aretz. Okay, wait. So now that's Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Major difference. Okay, so according to the Ramban, based on Rashi and the Midrashim, what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu create in Bereshit bara Elokim? The Chokhmah and the Malchut. That was last year. According to the Ibn Ezra, who cares? It's an introduction for the Bria, for the Yetzirah of Yeyor. There was, according to the Ibn Ezra, there was creation before that. But it's irrelevant to us. According to the Ramban, no. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells you, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim va'aretz. He created emptiness. He created the Hiyuli, and he created the Tohu, and he created the Bohu. He put all of it together, meaning an ecosystem, a space, like you call it, essence, and ability of structure. Essentially, that's all you need. From there, you have space, you have time, right? If you have a material, you have space, right? Again, ecosystem, the emptiness, the FS.
Sorry, the Ephes is the idea, not the ecosystem. How do you get the Ephes ecosystem? The Ephes was the idea. Where's the ecosystem come in the Ephes all of a sudden?
It's in the entire concept. In the entire concept, he created emptiness, right? What does the emptiness means? In Al Pi Kabbalah, it's the mohins, what we cannot understand, right? But it's emptiness. He created a vacuum, an emptiness, and in it, all the creation started. Right? So that's the emptiness we're talking about. That's the FS we're talking about. Al Pi Kabbalah, there's it's the mohin versus the chasadim.
Very simple question. what makes the Ramban right?
What do you mean?
What makes him right?
The
How do we
emet,
know he's,
the
right?
emet, the
Yeah,
emet.
he's asking something.
What?
Where is he getting these
The,
answers?
no, that's not, what's his motivation?
This is his interpretation, right?
Yes.
Rashi
Ruach
has
HaKodesh.
his
He's asking, he's
interpretation.
asking
Nachon,
if it's
nachon.
Ruach HaKodesh.
Nachon. I told you, the Ari HaKadosh says everything that the Ramban wrote is al pi Ruach HaKodesh. He wrote it Ruach HaKodesh. The Ari HaKadosh writes that.
Is that why you're a proponent of his teachings?
No, the Rashi also.
No, but you really love Ramban.
I love Ramban because the Ramban has layers to his, there's a lot of knowledge that you get from the Ramban, from the Pshat, from the Drash, and his thought process and his questioning and it's a world of its own. Yes. And
Okay, so the Ephes and
But if I say I don't believe in this,
you're kofir.
what does that mean?
Right? You're rejecting the Torah.
No, I believe in what the Rashi says.
Who are you to believe it?
But the question is, who do I believe?
Are you going back to his question right now? Who's right and who's wrong? Everybody's right.
Okay,
Everybody is right.
Ask him, Mr. Lawyer.
Is
how
that
can it be?
possible?
Yes. Yes.
How?
Yes.
No, I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm just,
You are.
It's Michael's show question.
Yeah, that's Michael's first question. That's Michael's first question.
so I was learning Gemara. I think I told you this last time. I'm learning Gemara with somebody else. He says, whatever the Gemara says, you have to believe. You could question different things, but it's
It's emet. It's
what it
emet.
is.
It's
Yeah.
emet. The Hakadosh Baruch Hu gave the Torah to humans so that they can each connect to it from their own perspective, right? And as long as you are ish emet and you look for the emet, you bring, everyone has his own neshama and everyone has his own hidushim within him, and we said it, right? And you have an obligation to bring it out. And what you bring out, nobody else can bring out, right? But he already said said what he had to say on that pasuk. Yes, but he will never touch the angle that you see, and that doesn't mean that one is right and one is wrong. Again, it's all emet.
I got it.
It's all from different.
Is this considered Torah Sheba'al Peh?
Yeah, for sure, it's Torah Sheba'al Peh. The Ramban is Torah Sheba'al Peh. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So, okay. So that is the Bereshit bara, right? That's Bereshit bara, right?
You have respect for it.
Okay. Now
Everything mixed up.
so Bet Reshit, two beginnings, bara. What are the two beginnings that he created from nothing? One beginning from Shamaim and one beginning from Haaretz. The two Hiyuli that he created. That's why it says Bereshit, Bet Reshit. Okay? Fits perfectly.
So the Ramban is saying that Haaretz, Shamayim, Haaretz are the two Reshits?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's Bereshit bara. Good? Elokim. Elokim, we won't go too far with Elokim, not to burden. Ve'amar Elokim. What does the name Elokim means?
Middle of 25.
Baal hakohot kulam. When the name Elokim is of Hashem is used, Baal hakohot kulam, right? The owner, the master of all powers, source of all powers. And he explains why. How do you get to that explanation? The word Elokim. Ki hamilah ikara el. The name Elokim, it's ikar, the yesod of the main part of the name is El, which is koach, which means power. Vehi milah murkevet. Now the Elokim comes from the word El, Hem. El, Hem. Keilu El samuch vehem yirmoz lekol sh'ar hakochot. So El Hem, like the word El is the word samuch to Hem, right? So the power of them, right? Elohim, Elhem, El Koach, Hem of them. The power of all of them. Right? Is the source of power of all power. ירמוז לכל שאר הכוחות, כלומר כוח הכוחות כולם. והוא יתבאר סוד, ועוד יתבאר סוד בזה.
So it's the power of all powers?
Yes. Yes.
I thought
בעל כל כולם, that's what it is.
Isn't Elohim midat adin and the whole?
Yes. Yes. נכון.
But midat Rachamim is not all the powers also.
No.
Because why is saying that?
It's a midah. It's a midah. Here we're talking about kochot. We're not talking about the midah. We're not talking about a trait. We're talking about kochot.
Yeah.
Kochot is in the creation. It's referring to all the kochot that have to do with the creation. Bereshit bara Elokim. Right? We're in the context of the creation. The rachamim is a midah. The koach, the midah.
Why didn't say Bereshit bara Adonai?
Because it's a different source of
What? Some say.
Doesn't mean
but
power of all
difference.
powers.
Sorry.
Havaya is not physical. Havaya is spiritual. Elokim is the name that Hakadosh. Yes, but
Different concept.
That's
you're
what
throwing
I'm saying.
the-
I'm confused about that then.
why are you confused?
He's confused also. Because I'm asking why did
You're mixing the judge for how it's applied to what it means to what its essence. Its essence, it's the koach for create that it's Hashem's kochot in physical creation. God created the world with the name Elokim. He installed powers in nature, right? He is the source of all those powers.
It's a noun, right?
Yes, a noun.
Is it a noun?
It's a noun.
And what he's describing is an adjective.
I have no idea what that now.
Meaning when you're describing what Elohim, the trait of Elohim, right? Din,
It's
that's
an adjective.
it's an adjective. It's two different things.
Question.
You're not listening to the rabbi.
No, I don't
You need to
understand.
pay attention.
I'm paying attention. I don't, there's a question, right? I mean, it's clear why it's Elohim and not Adonai, because right, it says he created Olam in Midat, actually, no.
But that's different. That's different. Then it comes after. Right?
Be patient.
A creation by default has limitations and has a system to it. You cannot create. It's not it's randomness. It's chaos.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that's created has a structure to it and has a system to it.
okay.
Okay. Elohim represents the order and the structure of Hashem's will in creation. Okay, so gravity is a koach, right? It comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Any kochot that you will find in this world, right, is fueled by the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu through the name Elohim.
It's a great analogy. And he's the power of all those.
That he fuels koach, kol ha-kochot, kol ha-kochot. Havaya is completely different. Havaya is spirituality. Havaya is sfirot. Havaya is משהו אחר לגמרי. It's another noun of HaKadosh Baruch Hu for other purposes. But for the purpose of creation, so by default, if you create and creation has limitation, has structure, by default it's din. What is din? Din is rules and regulations. It doesn't mean a slap. Din means there's a structure. That's what judgment is. It's structure. There's a system in place. There's a protocol in place. So by default, Elohim is din. And yes, bara Kadosh Baruch Hu et haolam b'midat hadin. What does that mean? He created the world in a very rigid, systematic way. ראה שאין אדם יכול להתקיים, then he saw that man can, fails, makes mistakes. So part of that creation is that man has to behave a certain way. And if he doesn't behave a certain way, there's repercussions. So when he saw that man cannot behave like a robot systematically, tziref midat harachamim, he mixed with it mercy, which is teshuvah, okay, and mercy to have more lenience in the way man behaves in creation, and not have the creation react to man's action the way he should, the world should intended in the beginning. Because the Torah says very clearly, if you do averot, yeah, you bring curse to the world, right? Parashat Kitabo, right? There will not be rain, and you will plant, nothing's going to come out. But you see that Reshaim plant, and a lot comes out. That's part of the Rachamim. That's part of the Rachamim. So that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu tziref, right? But in reality, if you take out that Rachamim, the mercy that HaKadosh Baruch Hu put later on, right? Then everything that the Torah says would have applied. A person that sin would have get smacked right away, and a person that does a mitzvah would have been rewarded right away. So that's Barak Kadosh Baruch Hu et ha'olam b'midat hadin.
Isn't it unfair to bring in other explanations of things when we're in the beginning?
I'm answering the
No,
concept.
I'm saying, but that's what you're
No,
trying
no.
to say, right?
What
No,
was?
why you say that?
Why you bring Midat Hadin when we're talking about Elohim in power?
Because Elohim also is.
But it doesn't mean, but we're not
Yes,
saying yet.
yes, but again, yes, it means me that, but it's a consequence of.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's a consequence of.
That's what
No,
I'm trying to
yes.
say.
אם כן,
You know,
אם כן, יהיה פשט הכתובים על נכון. So now what's the pshat of the katuv? What does it mean? Everything comes together. משמעותו, בתחילה ברא אלוקים את השמיים. What does it mean? ברא את השמיים. כי הוציא חומר שלהם מאין. ואת הארץ שהוציאה חומר שלה מאין. That's בראשית ברא. והארץ. Now, what does it mean when he says והארץ?
No, but hold on. Go back. So, בתחילה, so he's now saying that.
He's not saying.
You know what I'm trying to say.
He's not saying. but בראשית כן, אבל היא עלייה בריאה. It's not סתם. He has to explain to you what happens. So he's not telling you that Bereshit only means בתחילה. It means בתחילה ברא, זה מה שברא.
So is the Bereshit, because this is tough. Is the Bereshit?
It's a בריאה.
Right.
It is a בריאה.
It is bria.
But he's explaining you.
But hold on 1 second. Bereshit is Efes, Hiluli, and
Yes.
Tohu Vavohu.
Yes.
And then he
Tohu,
took,
Vavohu, yes.
and then he took from the Tohu, one Tohu made the Aretz and one made Shemayim.
Yes.
So now there's, right, so, right?
he's
So-
laying it out for you right
No,
here.
That's exactly what he
I'm
said.
saying, but the Bible, right, but the first thing is the Efes Tohu Vavohu.
Yes.
After that, it's from the Tohu of the Shemayim and the Tohu of the Aretz.
No, it's no.
No, that's the bohu.
No.
No, but-
בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים ואת הארץ. It's one pasuk. בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים והארץ. בית ראשית, two הילולי, ברא אלוקים את השמיים והארץ. One for the שמיים and one for the הארץ.
Okay.
בראשית, two creations.
Where's the bohu? Wasn't the bohu also created in the Bereshit?
Yes, that's a hiuli, the tohu, and the bohu. It's all of it. It's yes. It's part in the bara. There's the hiuli. Shamayim va'aretz. There's the hiuli, and there's the tohu and the bohu.
What is the format?
Huh?
No, you lost me. Sorry.
Why?
Format.
What? Again?
What's the format? That's the creation.
No, that's the hiuli.
You
That's the hiuli. Yesh me'ayin. Lama?
Yeah.
Lama?
No, the sechel is not there. Okay, the Bria.
כן. היולי only.
What did he borrow? Hiluli only. The Arabs.
בית ראשית ברא. To היולי he created.
So, okay.
את השמיים ואת הארץ. One היולי for the שמיים with whatever it
We
is
don't
in
know
it.
that.
And והארץ in it. You have the היולי, you have the tohu and the bohu. It's included in the word haaretz. But you don't let continue.
No, but sorry, explain the, what's the Hiluli and the Tohu? Hiluli,
He's the tohu. That's the tohu. That's the
Hiluli is
tohu.
the
That's the
tohu.
same thing.
but that's what I'm saying, but if the Aretz, he created the Hiluli, so where's the Bohu in the Aretz?
In the word aretz, read. והארץ תכלול ארבעה היסודות כולם.
It emanates from that.
In the word, he could have stopped. He could have stopped. But that's my point. You don't let me get there. You don't let me get there. Every 2 words, you ask like 25 questions. And they're good, but let the Ramban finish. So it's good questions, but the Ramban addresses it. So, Bereshit bara Elokim, Bet Reshit, Tu Hiyuli bara Elokim. Baal, and in the word Elokim, Koach shel kol hakochot. Right? And the kochot of what? Et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. So all the kochot of shamayim and all the kochot haaretz come from Elokim, and from what? From the Bet Reshit. These are the Reshit of the shamayim and haaretz. And what is shamayim? Who knows? And what is haaretz? The tohu, the bohu, right? The yesodot, etc.
The aretz is everything we know.
Yes.
Yes. Ve'haaretz. What? Yeah. תכלול ארבעה יסודות כולם. And now in the word aretz, we have the four elements, the four basic, which is a fire, earth, fire, wind, and earth, water, fire, wind, and fire. Yes. Earth, water, air, and fire. What did I say? Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. כמו ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבעם. כן, ויחולו השמיים והארץ, what does it mean ויחולו השמיים? מה השמיים? השמיים, everything that he created in שמיים, והארץ, everything created in the הארץ, right? וכל צבעם. So you see that in the word הארץ, hello?
Listen, I'm trying to see.
What does it, when he says the word הארץ, what does he mean? He means everything that's in הארץ.
The water.
Everything, like you said before. Like you said before.
That's at the end of the Maasei Bereshit, יום השבת.
Okay, yeah.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ, he finished שמיים והארץ. Now when he says ארץ, what does it mean ארץ? Everything that's in it.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I
The
know.
water includes.
שתכלול כל הכדור התחתון. וכן הללו את השם מן הארץ תנינים וכל תאומות. When we refer to הארץ, we don't refer to the earth. We refer to everything that revolves, right, that's created in הארץ. וזולתם רבים, there's many other explanations of psukim in the Torah that where you, or in the Tanakh, where you see that where the word eretz refers to everything that's in it.
No problem. Where's the כדור?
אז זה הכדור שלנו.
No, but he's not answering because it's a complicated question. אחי, explain הכדור התחתון. Yeah, don't avoid that.
Explain what?
הכדור התחתון, he just passed through this. Because this has many issues with everything he just said.
No, why?
הכדור התחתון means the lower ball.
The lowest sphere.
The Lord said, which is ours, כדור הארץ.
It's
הכדור
us,
הארץ.
Earth.
כן, earth.
No.
Okay,
not-
I know, that's what it says, yes. No, הכדור התחתון
No.
Aretz means everything in this context.
No.
Now you're getting into כדור התחתון.
שתכלול כל הכדור התחתון. My
No.
question
The
is,
Kedua Tachton is the same as Haaretz?
no.
In that's what it means in haaretz. No, that's what it means in the word haaretz in Vaychulu. Yes.
So,
And what are you trying to refer to?
והארץ תכלול 14 כולם, ויחולו שם המפקד, שתכלול is referring to הארץ, נכון? שתכלול כל הכדור התחתון, וכן הללו את הארץ. Okay, so הארץ is the יסודות. It's not הארץ like we know, like the land, right? The הארץ is not the land.
When he says in the first
It's
haaretz.
everything. The first Aretz is
No,
everything.
the first haaretz you mean?
Which haaretz is he referring to? V'haaretz.
That's in Vaychulu. You have two psukim. You have one pasuk in the beginning of Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, and then you have Vaychulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzevaam. It's two different psukim. One at the beginning of Maasei Bereshit and one at the end of Maasei Bereshit. He's just telling you a point of reference to what the word that we see that when we use the word Aretz, it doesn't mean something specific. It means everything that has to do with Aretz. In that specific case, in Vaychulu hashamayim ve'haaretz, everything that was created, Bekadur HaTachton, which is on the earth that we know.
Below the Shamayim.
Correct.
The lower sphere.
No.
Yes.
Guys. You're saying one thing, you say something else. He's saying Kadur Haaretz. Kadur Haaretz is earth.
That's what it's saying.
No, that's not what he said. He said the lower sphere. Let me ask you a question.
What
two
lower
different
sphere?
things.
What lower sphere? But no, below Shamayim, under the Shamayim.
Below Shamayim.
1 second. Is Mars part of a
Shamayim. It's part of in Vaychulu hashamayim va'aretz is in Shamayim.
Haaretz, correct?
In Vaychulu hashamayim, that's what I was telling you earlier. In Vaychulu hashamayim, Mars is in Shamayim.
in the second show?
In the second Shamayim.
Mars is?
In Beresh, in the Vaychulu hashamayim ve'haaretz.
Yes.
Mars is in Shamayim.
The reason I asked. He said,
But in the Aretz, in our Aretz,
Yes.
I think he's thinking
I
Mars.
thought, I thought it included the stars. No?
In the first one.
The first one.
That's what I'm saying. There's two of them.
you
That's
see what you see
There's-
that's what I didn't
confusing.
understand.
It's
Because the Shemaim before is heavens and the Shemaim here is.
correct. I said it. It
It's part of the lower sphere.
Lower
The sky is
Huh?
is Haaretz. The sky is part of the Haaretz, correct?
Okay.
No, not
Yes.
here.
Here,
No,
yes.
no.
in,
Here,
the,
sky
in
is-
Bereshit, yes. In Bereshit, yes. Not in Vaychulu.
In Vaycholu, the Shamayim is,
The
sky.
heavenly sky.
No.
Sky.
No, it's the sky. In
Stars.
Vaychulu, keep it around. Listen to the pasuk.
Go,
Okay.
go, we're gonna get it right.
בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים ואת הארץ, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, and there's no more mentioning of שמיים.
Correct.
So the first שמיים, it's the spiritual שמיים.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue.
And so everything that's physical refers
It's
to
the Haaretz.
Haaretz.
Ares because it's hiuli, it's material, right?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Then as part of Haaretz,
Is
okay, is there's also Shamayim. There's the regular Shamayim. And that's by Chulu HaShamayim ve'ha'aretz v'chol tzevaam.
There's the Shemaim.
Completely.
No.
No, it's good to repeat it.
Yeah.
Tachton, all of that is part of Kadur Tachton.
Yes.
Why use different words? Why is it confusing us?
Well, how is he confusing you? He's bringing just a pasuk to tell you that the word Aretz.
Then why do we use Haaretz and Shemaim Haaretz for the same thing?
I mean, you didn't have to use Shamayim twice.
I'm saying
It
it's.
is-
About the Torah.
I
I
understand.
mean, the
that.
Torah is, I'm saying for a layperson, you know,
That's why you have the rabbi.
trying to make a distinction between Shamayim that's unattainable.
The
and
Torah
not-
could have used another word in the first time. Why didn't you use?
Wait, okay, yeah. But then it says here, hold on. It says before he creates the old, it says the Haaretz hayta tohu v'ohu. That is which Haaretz? The actual Haaretz or the including the everything? Including everything. That's the Haaretz of
Everything.
everything.
Everything that's that's the
Okay.
Tovu.
The
Yeah.
חושך על פני תהום.
Yes.
ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים.
Okay. אז מה?
You read
That's yeah.
When did
Haaretz. The
When the-
four yesodot is in the word Aretz. In the first pasuk.
Haaretz or in the second Haaretz?
It's the first. There's only one right now. There's only one Aretz. There's only one Aretz. There's two Shamayim, but there's one Aretz. Ribono shel olam. You have to drink whiskey. There's two Shamayim and one Aretz. What's so complicated? Maybe it's me or
No,
No, I got that.
no, it's sorry.
That was
guys.
simple.
Guys, stop. It says everything, including everything but heaven. The
Yeah.
second
but that's physical. That's physical.
planet. Yes. Yes.
At the end, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבעם, that's כדור הארץ. והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, we have no idea what it's looking. We don't know what it is. It's יסודות. It's יסודות of ארץ, it's יסודות of רוח, it's יסודות of מים, and it's יסודות of חושך, which is fire. והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושך על פני תהום.
Push this time?
Yes, it's the black fire. Yes. I'm gonna get to it.
Oh.
Yes. Eventually. So again. Oh,
It's a great.
Huh?
It's a great.
Bet Reshit. Tu Hiyuli Bara. Elohim, the source of all kochot, that installed kochot. In the word Elohim already, he put a system in place that's called the laws of nature. Okay? Speed of light, gravity, all the laws of creation. That's in the word Elohim. Et hashamayim, all the spiritual worlds. The et haaretz, all, what does it mean, the et haaretz? The physical world. In the word haaretz, already he created in the word, when it says ve'et haaretz, et, you should have said hashamayim ve'haaretz. What do you say? Et hashamayim ve'et
I
haaretz.
think when you explain it, the spiritual world versus the physical world, we get it it's more easy to understand.
No,
Okay.
the question is the 4 elements in the house.
Why?
No, I get it, I get it.
Continue with the.
This guy.
That's the
Very
physical.
good.
That's the physical.
No, we're gonna get to it because there's also hidushim in the et that was added. So in the word haaretz, which says et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, when the Torah says ve'et haaretz, in the word haaretz was created the 4 elements. Okay, so now ve'haaretz hayta tohu vavohu ve'choshech al pnei tehom ve'ruach Elokim merachefet al pnei hamayim. והארץ, earth, הייתה תוהו ובוהו, כן? וחושך, darkness, על פני תהום, which is the fire, the black, fire, חושך is black, black is the fire, the black fire, על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים, מרחבת על פני המים, the 4 elements. So you have the tohu, you have the bow, and you have the 4 elements. So what was the original question? The first original question is where? What? What?
No.
מה?
No. Okay, go.
How about that?
והארץ הייתה טוב.
Let's see, go. What was, let me ask you a question. Let's go back.
What was the-
What was one said?
What was created?
According to the, let's go back as a point of reference to the Ibn Ezra. According to the Ibn Ezra, there was a lot of creation that was never addressed.
Yeah,
Okay?
and only light created.
Only light. But everything else, tohu, bohu, choshech, al penei tehom, veruach Elohim merachefet al penei hamayim, all this was never created. The Ramban did not tolerate this answer.
But they say it wasn't created, or it doesn't matter, we didn't really.
It's not referred here that it was created. In the Pasuk, in our Torah, there's no reference of creation of all this. According to the Ibn Ezra,
Okay,
the Ramban doesn't digest that.
I got it. Okay.
So he has to show you how all of this was created. So he's telling you the Torah was created where? Bet Reshit. The 2 Hiyuli. Okay? Bara, Elokim, all the kochot, right? The bohu, because now the structure, the surah, et hashamayim, ve'et haaretz, the arba yesodot that you will find in the next pasuk. So now you have already in the first pasuk all the creation. So now you can give room to the next creation, that is the light, because everything has already been created, and it was just not a stage. It wasn't just a stage pasuk to tell you where we're holding. You're not jumping in the middle of a movie.
Yeah, I get it.
The 4 elements.
Please tell me it's clear.
No, I get it.
Okay, the 4 elements.
Created in the first passage. I didn't know that. Everything was created.
Forget about the second Shammai. Spiritual world, spirituality, and the physical creation. Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim, spirituality, okay, spiritual. Ve'et haaretz, physical world. Whatever, anything that's physical.
2 different.
Mars is physical, yes. The moon is physical, yes. Everything is physical. That's it. As of right now, that's all we need to know. Now, keep in mind, the et haaretz hayta tohu vavohu. The Torah makes a zoom in into what? Haaretz, which means what? All physicality. And you know what? At that point, we don't know if there was an earth that's in the kadur. It's not the kadur. We don't know yet. You're gonna see. He's gonna later on. He's gonna explain how there was a formation of the earth. So right now we have elements. That's the pasuk. It's 4 elements.
I want to ask you, go back, so we have Mayim, we have Ruach,
Yeah.
we have Choshech. Where's the
והארץ. והארץ.
where?
והארץ.
It's our India.
והארץ itself is an element.
What element is that?
עפר. זה עפר.
So Aretz is the Afar,
כן.
Choshech is
והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושך על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני תהום.
Ruach,
The תהום,
the Mayim.
על פני המים, כן?
There's Mayim, Ruach, Choshech, and Aretz.
That's right. These are, תהום is a mix of water and עפר. He's going to address it in Azia Moshe.
Pshat is not, the Pshat, the home is really.
Means deep, in the deep.
Emptiness, like the depth of but he's gonna say it's a mix of water and that. But here you have the 4 elements. The point of the Ramban, just to summarize, the point of the Ramban is to basically tell the Ibn Ezra, you didn't have to jump in the middle of the movie. Let me prove you that everything that we've addressed until the light, everything has been created in the first pasuk.
Excellent.
בשם השם נעשה ונצליח. בעזרת השם.
Let's see him, we'll come for seconds.
מה?
Millionaire.
Amen.
Millionaire. Parsons, Eli downstairs now.